Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Bitcoin market review for October the 21st, 2022. And yesterday there were no high impact news events for US dollar. If we look at the economic calendar, you can see for US dollar there was only one low impact news event and that's it. So we can focus solely on price action and don't have to be aware of any news events when looking at price action. So generally what price action did yesterday is push down to take out this low over here and to push down into these imbalances over here on this volatile up move. There were some imbalances, some fair value gaps left behind, and we pushed into them yesterday quite quickly, and then price reversed to go up into this area above these highs into this imbalance right here. So that's generally what price action did yesterday. And with that said, I think we should get into the setups. So again, first setup is a setup around 2 a.m. in the morning. And it is right here from this high to this low. We can see price pushed up here into a fair value gap, like right here, the upper fair value gap. I can denote that like this. You see price ran into that and then started to reverse, and on this drop down it left behind a fair value gap. It took out this low, so we have a market structure break or a shift in market structure. So we have not yet taken these lows over here, so that's why this is a good setup. So we have a shifting market structure, so we are looking for shorts, and we have a target quite closely nearby with these lows which have not yet been taken, and there are some lows like these are pretty equal lows over here and some more lows here which probably have some liquidity below them, so we think price is gonna go for them. So what we can see is price pushes back up into a premium to go into the fair value gap, and then price starts to reverse, drop down below these lows, and below these lows right here. After this, price runs back up to run that high and to run into the imbalance right here prior to then going further down. And in this move further down is where our next setup is, or our next setups even. So right here we again have a market structure break or a shift in market structure, so we pretty much break this high and this high, so technically we're in uptrend from this point on, but then price starts to drop down, make a low, a lower high, and then break this low again. So we have a shift in market structure once again. We are again looking for shorts. We have a fair value gap right here. Draw that out. Now use the Fib tool from the high to the low, which is right this candle right here. Price pushes back up into the fair value gap, which is in a premium, and then price starts to sell off to look for the liquidity below this low, and eventually this low over here and this low down here. So that's a nice and quick setup on the 3 minute. And for the next setup we drop down to the 1 minute. So what we can see is price after our entry, which was right here, price moves down on this down leg right here to take out this low and this low, not yet taking this low over here. So that's where we think price is going next. And we can see here is a nice fair value gap, and we use our Fib tool from the high to the low right here. We can see price pushes back up into quite a deep premium into the fair value gap, touches this up close candle, which is the order block, then moves back down into a discount, runs back up into premium into the fair value gap once more, touches the order block once more prior to then starting to sell off and go towards this low right here. And in this sell-off we have actually another setup from this high to this low. We can see on this move downwards, price left behind another fair value gap, which now I'm gonna delete the outer setup. We can see price then pushes back up into a premium, fills the fair value gap, only wicks into it, and then eventually starts to sell off and run this low over here. And after running this low, price starts to consolidate a bit. And I'm going to go to the 3 minute so you can see it a little bit better. So we just looked at this run down here, like this run which ran this low right here. Price then moves up and consolidates a bit. And in this consolidation, more or less, we have the next setup. You can see price starts to tighten up prior to then rolling over and moving down quite volatilely. And here we have another setup. So there's a fair value gap in here, and this drop down is a market structure break right here as we break this low. So we can pull out the fib tool from the high to the low, and we can see price then moves back up into a premium, fills the fair value gap, touches the up close candle right here, respects it, so only wicks into it, not closing into it. Spends a little time like here around equilibrium, so it's in a premium here, drops back down into a discount, goes back up into a premium again, touching the fair value gap, and then eventually it rolls over and then it moves down quite quickly here on this drop down at like 8:10 a.m. And on this move down it ran into, gotta go to a higher time frame to show you. So this is the drop down, and we ran into all these imbalances over here, which were left on this run up. So first one right here, and then this big imbalance right here. Price ran into that. So yeah, nice setup in the morning on the 3 minute, and now then we have the drop, and like this in this drop and run up, we don't really have a setup. Nothing really formed right here. So drop down, price then reprices higher to take out these highs, runs into these imbalances, not yet fully taking this high, and then it reverses a bit, and right in here is where we have our next setup. It's pretty much like the whole run up right here. So from this low to this high, we can see price then comes back down. I mean, there is a fair value gap on the 3 minute right here, right around equilibrium. Just gonna draw that out. It's not the important thing right here. The important thing is this down close candle right here, which is the order block. We can see price drops back down into the order block, and the bodies of these candles respect this body beautifully, as you can see right here. And yeah, so price drops back down, touches this order block, then starts to reverse. I mean, goes up, comes back down once more, touching this order block once more, prior to then running up again and taking out this high and running into the imbalances up here. So nice setup. Took a little longer to form than we would usually expect on the 3 minute, but it's a great setup, so it's nice to journal. And then we drop down to the 1 minute once more, and then we have some after lunch setups in this move up here. So price takes out the high or goes into the imbalance right here, then starts to reverse a bit. I mean, this is throat lunge, so it starts to reverse a bit and consolidate a bit. Throat lunge, and then we have here right at the end of lunge, price drops down right here. Shift in market structure as we break this low, and like we break some more lows. We break this low over here, And as you can see, there is a fair value gap right around equilibrium. Price then pushes back up into this fair value gap, touches a discount just barely, barely makes it into discount. As you can see here, this candle touches a discount and then price reverses again and goes down to take out this low and this low. As this move down has not yet taken this low and this low, so we expect price to run that, and it does so right here. On this move down, runs back up and then moves down into like there's a fair value gap right here and an order block right here which it runs into, and then it starts to reverse once again. And this reversal right here is, or right next to it, is where our next setup is. So we can see price then forms a low right here, goes up, comes back down, higher low, and then goes up, breaking this high and like this high over here and even this high. So we have multiple breaks of highs, so we have a market structure shift. So that means we are now looking for longs. We have quite a big fair value gap right here. Price then comes back down into this fair value gap, fully fills it, touches this down close candle right here, which is the order block, so it goes all the way down here, spends some time in the fair value gap, only wicking through the fair value gap. So the bodies of the candles are still in the fair value gap, not going through it. Spend some time here, and then eventually goes higher to take out this high, take out this high, and then it comes back down into this area once more. If I draw that out, you can see it comes back down into that area once more, takes some time here, consolidates a bit, and then eventually pushes higher to take out this high. But yeah, this took quite a long time to form, and we can look at that on the 3 minute. Like you can see right here, price moves down on the 3 minute. It runs into this down close candle, which is the order block, runs up, comes back down once more, and on the 3 minute we actually can do this, draw out the fib tool from the low to the high. You can see it comes back down. There is a fair value gap on the 3 minute right here. I'm now gonna delete this one, so it runs into that, runs into this down close candle right here. So it touches that. As you can see, the bodies of these candles respect this down close candle, not closing into it, and then price starts to reverse and take out this high again. And with that, we have now looked at all the good setups from yesterday, and overall was quite a clean price action yesterday. As I said, there was not a setup in this quick rundown and move up, which would have been nice if there would have been a setup right in here to catch more of this up move. But there was a setup right prior to this down drop, so that was quite nice. And overall, quite good price action. And yeah, with that, all the setups for this week have been journaled, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment. And yeah, I hope I see you guys again. I hope you're safe. And yeah, bye.